Okay, we are learning parturition as a short note. These points are only for understanding and viva point of view. You should not write it in theory. It will waste your time. Termination of pregnancy before 28 weeks is abortion. What is full-term pregnancy? 40 weeks from last menstrual period is term pregnancy. Before 37 weeks, if baby is born, it will be called premature baby. So now our actual parturition short note starts. So first heading is stages of labor. Okay. So what are the stages? 4 stages. If you write in this manner, your time will be saved. So from starting of labor, okay, the starting of labor pain or contraction, first sign of labor, until dilation of cervix 10 cm, it is stage 1. After dilation of cervix to 10 cm, until expulsion of fetus, fetus is out of a vagina, delivery of fetus is stage 2. Starting from expulsion of fetus, after expulsion of fetus, until after birth of placenta and membrane, that is stage 3. After all placenta and membrane outside, and patient is still in a supervision for any complication, that is stage 4. Mechanism of parturition. So, uterus is silent throughout 9 months in a full-term pregnancy. Why? Because of hormones, progesterone and relaxin. Last few weeks, estrogen increases. What effect estrogen brings? Production of gap junction. Which protein? Connexin protein. Okay. So, gap junction will be more produced in between myometrial cell. Even oxytocin receptors are also produced more. So, ultimately it leads to coordinated contraction of myometrium when needed. Relaxin and collagenase leads to cervical softening and dilation. Now, at the time of labor, 90% there is a cephalic presentation, means baby is head nearby cervix, okay, upside down, head downward facing the cervix, okay. Onset of parturition, strong uterine contraction, membrane ruptures, gush of amniotic fluid. If it is green, it is watery and grayish, but if it is green, meconium passed by baby, fetal distress. It is a sign of fetal distress. Parturition reflex now come in a role play. So, what is parturition reflex? Also called oxytocin reflex. It is a positive feedback cycle reflex, neurohumoral reflex. So, what happens in this? Uterine contraction has started. Okay. So, body of uterus is contracting, pushing baby downwards toward the cervix. Now, cervix is dilated, stretching the receptor. So, afferent signal from this receptor, spinal ascending sensory pathway, which is to ultimately hypothalamus. Hypothalamus stimulate the posterior pituitary and release of oxytocin. Now, this hormone goes into blood, reaching the uterus. Again, acting on uterus smooth muscle, increased contraction, then more dilation of cervix, and again this cycle is repeated until the baby is outside of vagina. With this reflex, mother is also bearing down. So, after expulsion of fetus, in short time, placenta and umbilical cord are also delivered. Okay. We will call this phenomena afterbirth. Okay. Afterbirth. After expulsion of fetus, placenta, umbilical cord and membrane are delivered. We will call it afterbirth. Now there is a time for uterine involution. It should contract again nearby its original size. So what happened? There is a shape of 8 in uterine muscle. Contraction of smooth muscle of uterus strangles the artery. Okay, there are open-ended arteries now because placenta is out. So we should prevent further bleeding from the deattached placental site. Failure of this, if uterus is not involuted and arterial bleeding is not stopped, postpartum hemorrhage can occur. It can be fatal to mother. So this was a parturition reflex.